Hey guys, welcome to Tommy Green TV, bringing you the latest in Arsenal footballing news and update. You know the drill, landing on my channel, like, share, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to everyone out there. Hope you had a lovely Christmas. To those who celebrate, and if you don't, happy holidays. And I hope you had a happy holiday. Match day 20. You know the drill. Norwich v Arsenal. Emphatic win. It was a great day. What a gift that, especially for Christmas, Boxing Day. So really happy with the lads. Really happy with the performance from the boys. They turned up. They're showing up. They're showing off. And it was just brilliant all round. Let's not get carried away. This is against Norwich. Yes, we beat the team that is in front of us. That's what we do. We beat that team that is in front of us. But at the end of the day, we still have a job to do, and we have to do it professionally. And we did that. We showed up. We didn't really have to get out of second gear. And there's a reason why we didn't have to do that, because we're playing the bottom of the team that already by September, everybody knows that they're going back, to the championship. So, I don't really particularly see this kind of win and go, wow, this is, a statement. I see this win as, okay, we did what we were supposed to do. I expected minimum of 3 goals. I didn't expect 5, but I expected 3, minimum of 3 goals, especially when we remember that we played them, earlier on in the season, the first game, Norwich home, and we just about won 1-0 and we were on the ropes. We didn't really bring a performance per se. So I think in this type of game, in this type of setting, it's more about the performance rather than the result, because we expect to win. We expect to win. So because we expect to win these types of performance, we can't really, it's more about what we do in the game. And from the minute go, the boys were sharp. Everybody was on point. I don't think I remembered Norwich. Did Ramsdale make a save? I don't think he made a save in the game, to be fair. And I think apart from maybe 1 or 2 moments where Holden and Ben White gave away possession and they kind of tried to break, but didn't do anything, really. They didn't even, did they shoot on target? I don't think they even had a shot on target, to be honest. So it just goes to show where we are, to be honest, where we've come from. The last 3-4 games last 2 games we've scored 9 goals, conceded 1. Those are away performances. So it shows a lot. It shows where we are. But again, the oppositions that we're playing, they're teams that we expect to beat. We expect to beat a Leeds team, the previous game, where, there's just nothing there from them because they were hit by COVID. They more or less played their B/C team. So the win that we got from there, it was emphatic, and we were supposed to win by that. So I not want to go over the top just because we won, but at the end of the day, you cannot take away a good performance, and that was a good performance. Everybody brought their A game, and they did a professional job. It was a professional win, and because it was a professional win, we are still in the hunt for top 4. We know Man United have a game in hand over us. We know Tottenham's got 3 games in hand over us. And we know the teams that are around us have probably got 1 or 2 games in hand over us because of COVID. And because of that, we can't really say, oh, we're in 4th place. We're probably sitting down there kind of marinating 4th place for, any other team that, have got games in hand over us. But we're in that fight. We're in that mix for that, top 4. If you look at the point difference, even if Tottenham were to win their whole, their 3 games in hand, if, United were supposed to win their game in hand, we're literally 1 to 3 points off that top 4. So we are in there. We are definitely in there. We've got Wolves next. That game got postponed because of COVID. So we've got a whole, couple of days, 4 or 5 days till we play Man City at the weekend on New Year's. So we've got time to recover, and hopefully we don't get any more COVID positives, and we can, take the game and continue this momentum. But at the end of the day, reality is we won, and we won emphatically. The lads, Saka, just doing what Saka does. And these are the type of games I expect him to be scoring, to be honest. We know he's not been scoring regularly. He's been affecting the game, of course, driving at the team, driving at opposition defense, dribbling and, drawing opposition. But to see end product, especially from last week where we didn't really see a lot of end product, it's great to see. These are the type of games that you want these boys to shine. Saka, man of the match. Odegaard, definitely. Man of the match in terms of pulling the strings. It was just emphatic. If I was to give Saka man of the match, that Saka would be a solid 9 out of 10. Definitely 9 out of 10. I would give Saka as a solid performance. Obviously, he scored 2 goals, and his performance, he had that Brandon Williams just boom. Unlock. The next in line, after that, you're looking is, Odegaard. Odegaard controlled that game in terms of creating chances and vision, his passing, and he was close. It was an 8 out of 10. And like I said, these are the type of games I expect these boys to show up, to turn up. Emil Smith-Rowe comes off the bench again, and scores again, making a claim. Martinelli. He might not have scored today, but he does what Aubameyang is supposed to do, but does it even better and score goals. So you cannot tell me, we don't create in this team, we don't do this. We do. He just doesn't, there's a level, there's been a drop in terms of, conversion of Aubameyang, since he signed that contract. There's been a drop in terms of consistency. There's been a drop in terms of a lot of things. We don't know why. Obviously, there's been different factors, his mom's sickness, injuries, COVID. There's a list of factors, but that's affected his gameplay. And he's not the same player he was before he signed the contract. That's a fact. Say the truth how it is at the end of the day. You see Martinelli doing that same pressing that you're supposed to do, and doing it well, by the way, not just running around, actually forcing players into mistakes. And he's also scoring as well. And without him, that first goal, we wouldn't have scored it, because he was the one that pressed their defenders into a mistake. And then from there, the vision was seen, Tierney, and then from Tierney to Odegaard to Saka. It's just, this is what the identity of what Arteta wants now, and that's, come January, you just need to, see if we can sign 1 or 2 players that will add to the squad rather than take away from the squad. Anybody that doesn't want to be here doesn't need to be here. And if a player is not ready to commit to the future, then you know what? We trust that the manager knows what he's doing. But at the end of the day, if a player doesn't want to be here, he doesn't want to be here. You cannot force people to, to not want to be here. So, at the end of the day, it's what it is, everybody played well. Martinelli, good, solid 7. Even Lacazette getting on the score sheet finally. He deserves to get on the score sheet. Played well, held up the ball well. Linking the players up. It was beautiful, man. It was absolutely beautiful. I would give him a 7 as well. Beautiful. And then you go back, to the midfield. Thomas Partey. This is the Thomas Partey that we've been crying out to see. And today he bossed that midfield. Man was on point today. The jollof rice was on point. It was solid 7. In terms of his gameplay. Saka, again, I can see why Arteta's bringing him back into the fold. I'm not a big fan of his, but I can see the reason why he's there. And I can understand it. Don't mean I agree with it, but I understand. And today he played well. Another 7. I can't really pick out of him and Thomas Partey, who was the better of the two, but the two of them were on point today. They did the business. They controlled that midfield. So we can't really complain at the end of the day. You go to the right back, Tomiyasu was out with COVID. Ben White came in and did brilliantly, spraying the ball left, right, center, going forward, more than actually Tomiyasu does. A couple of sloppy moments once or twice, but he did really well at right back. I'm shocked to see it. Solid 7 performance. You look at Holden, first league game, or was it first or second? I can't remember, but he did all right. A bit shaky, a bit nervous. Obviously that comes from ring rust, not playing a lot. But his performance was all right. I would give him a solid. I mean, who was better out of him and Ben and Gabriel? I would say Gabriel was better because he didn't make the mistakes. Yeah, he was all right. He was up just above average. We didn't really get tested, so I'll give him a 6. I would give Gabriel a 7 because Gabriel was composed. He was the better of the two defenders. Nothing to really set alight because they didn't really attack us that much. So we kept them at bay, and anything that was supposedly a threat because of the mistakes that were made, we covered. So I would give Gabriel a 7. And of course, Tierney, I would give an 8 because my man was just on point. He scored a superb goal, bombing down the left side, doing that boom, Ronaldinho, Roberto Carlos type crosses and whatnot. So he did what he was supposed to do. He scored a goal too. He knows if he don't perform, Nuno is there waiting. We've got good players now waiting. This competition is healthy, which is great. And then you go to Ramsdale. Ramsdale didn't have anything to do. Literally, didn't have anything to do. You can't give him more than a 6. At the end of the day, it's what it is. And the manager today, he got it right. Couple of things that he could have done better. Can't really say he could have done better because at the end of the day we won 5-0. So give the manager a 10. You can't complain. But it's great to see consistency, and that's what we're crying out for. And now obviously the Wolves game is cancelled, so we've got Man City next. I would love to see this consistency with Man City. But let's see what we do. Let's take our win and be happy with it, So yeah, guys, thank you very much for joining me on this channel. Like I said, you know the drill. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and yeah, see you in 2022. Whew, that's mad. Till the next time, let's get it.